take whatever I can get. And yeah, it's probably the opposite. Because, yeah, 20 weeks in, I'm absolutely looking for anything. You know, week 1's easy. Week 20, you'll take anything you can get. And I'll search every inch of the internet to get it.
Well, Zach Taylor, if you had searched PFT right after the games on Sunday, you would have had something. The Bengals were underdogs again, and we even made that point. The Bengals have to love this. They've beaten the Chiefs 3 straight times. 3 times in calendar year 2022. Patrick Mahomes is hurt, and the Chiefs were 1-point favorites. Were is the key word. It's now swung. The Bengals are 1.5-point favorites at Arrowhead Stadium, a 2.5-point swing, fueled undoubtedly by all the people betting on the Bengals, because plenty have come to the conclusion, as I have, Chris, and I told you this on Monday, I'm never picking against the Bengals again.
Okay, all right. Listen, I understand the point swing. I think I'm with you. I'm a little shocked of that the Chiefs opened as the favorite. That was a little surprising. I mean, I think it's one where you go, wait, healthy Patrick Mahomes, neutral field, right? I would think that line would be 2.5 to the Bengals almost, just a neutral field. Now, wait, no, Patrick Mahomes is not going to be 100%, right? And has shown that, even when 100%, when he plays this team, he can't necessarily take over at times. They know how to stop some of his magical plays there. So, yeah, I'm not surprised to see the line sway towards the Cincinnati Bengals. I will say this, though. 3-0, definitely. The Chiefs are better. The Chiefs are a better team now than they were in the AFC Championship game. They're a better team now than they were 13 weeks ago. And that's where I think it's different. Now, Mahomes is not the same. I get that. But Mahomes, like we've talked about too, he's been very good in the pocket this year. So hopefully all that work in the pocket can help him survive this one, And I hear your Bengals. I'd be shocked either way. I don't know how you feel about this. Even with Mahomes at 85, 90%, I'd be shocked if it's still not a close football game.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think it's going to be a blowout for either team by any stretch of the imagination. The last time a number 1 seed was the underdog at home, 2017 Eagles. Remember they were wearing those dog masks. The Vikings were actually favored in that game. What was anyone thinking at that time? Good Lord, 38-7 was the final score.
The Nick Foles aspect.
I don't think it's going to be 38-7.
Right.
Chiefs, my goodness. Unbelievable. All right, the Eagles are now 2.5-point favorites over the 49ers. Initially 1.5 points in most places. For as good as the 49ers are, the Brock Purdy dynamic, I think, is what creates the edge for the Eagles. And also the Eagles at home.
Yes.
Brock Purdy going into that environment. He's had just a couple of road games, nothing like Philadelphia.
Yeah, this is going to be an experience. And this is, this is not easy for any quarterback, let alone a rookie. I think that's you said it right. I think there's a lot of this is a very even matchup in a lot of ways. I mean, I'm excited to see this one. You talk about teams and hard hitting and, all the right players at just about every position. That's what these two teams have, certainly. And great coaches who are creative kind of on both sides of the ball there. But yeah, I understand that. And you got Philadelphia and Jalen Hurts, as good as he's been this year. We haven't seen him blink the whole year. Nothing's fazed them. I would think that the Eagles are favored in this one.
Another interesting betting proposition, the Super Bowl winner, and that's something we track all year long. Well, with 4 teams left, it's about as close as it can get. This is unprecedented. The Eagles plus 240, the Bengals plus 240, Chiefs plus 300, 49ers plus 350. I think the 49ers are the best value there if you are inclined to make a wager. But again, do so responsibly and at your own risk, because listening to us can be hazardous to your financial health. But I'm surprised the Bengals are co-favorites with the Eagles.
Well, I'm with you there. I am too. But again, I think what you're talking about, what you said in the first segment, all of that. When you look at the Bengals team, there's not a weakness to the team except the one area, right? The offensive line, which was really good last week. That was the shock. That's why. I know we talked about it last week, and I said it on our picks podcast. Like, I would have picked the Bengals to win that game, 10 out of 10. But the offensive line, the 3 injuries, the way they looked the 2 weeks before that, you went, I don't know, can they really do this? That's the other thing that I questioned again this week. I don't know. Can they really do this? Can they put up another performance like that and stop Chris Jones and company like that? That's to me one of the most intriguing parts of the matchup. I know we got the quarterbacks and all that, but just the 1 week turnaround by the Bengals offensive line and what they did, can they replicate that performance? And if they can replicate it to what we saw the other day, then they're going to win and they're going to go to the Super Bowl. But this team, Kansas City, they got some different dudes up front here. This is different than the Bills, and they got some guys who can go, I'm taking the game over, I'm going to F plays up everywhere. So that's where it'll be interesting, and I'm certainly intrigued by that because I just didn't see that type of turnaround coming from that group there.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.